At the end of the day, CRM is not really a CRM. It's a data warehouse. That's what it really is. Like, we just need to stop thinking of it. It's a data warehouse. We're just collecting a ton of data, hopefully integrating it with all your tech stack. And now you have all the information pertaining to all your clients, your prospect, your entire pipeline. And now you can layer it up with artificial intelligence and really scale your business.
So are you saying, Sue, that a CRM like Salesforce is like an Amazon warehouse?
Welcome to Advisor Talk with Frank LaRosa, brought to you by Elite Consulting Partners. It's the only podcast offering unfiltered guidance and a direct advice for all things concerning financial advisors, RIAs, and the practitioners in the wealth management business. And now, welcome to the show.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Advisor Talk with Frank LaRosa. As you might have guessed, I am not Frank LaRosa. I am Jim Primiani. I'm the Chief Technology Officer of Elite Consulting Partners. And to my left, screen right, is Sue Cheema. Sue, tell us who you are.
I'm a person. No.
Sue's a person. She does not work at Elite. I don't know who she is. Somebody let her in. Please get her out.
I'm the Chief Information Officer at Elite Consulting Partners.
Wow, that sounds
Happy
heavy.
to be here. I know.
Pretty heavy stuff.
Not as heavy as Chief Technology Officer. Wow.
I think together they spell a recipe for disaster. So, I brought you here today to talk about future-proofing.
Future-proofing.
Future-proofing your CRM.
Love
right?
the topic.
And to put in some word salad, architecting for scalability. What does architecting for scalability mean to the human being?
Yes, to the human being. So I essentially, as you grow, if advisors are leveraging CRMs, as the firm is growing, as they're adding more clients, as they're going through a bigger pipeline for their prospect, they're not having to add physical resources to accommodate for that growth. They could most likely, if they're architecting for scalability, having a tech stack in place that grows with them. So it's doing more with less, essentially.
Gotcha. All right, that sounds good. So for scalability, I would imagine it's pretty imperative to have some scalability in mind when you start this whole process. But why did like most CRMs fail when firms start to get bigger?
I think what tends to happen is the data structures and the adoption, right? Often of the CRM isn't. I'll give you an example. When I worked at the RIA, they had recently implemented Salesforce, and no one was using it. Literally, no one. And they had FSC, which is one of the more expensive clouds at Salesforce. And so no one was using it. So the managing principal said to me, "We want your primary goal to be make this platform adopted." I'm like, okay. I talked to all the teams, and essentially it came down to they were not spoken to. Their processes were not recognized, hence automated. So one person led the team, kind of build a platform just based on how they were leveraging the CRM or wanted to leverage the CRM. So everyone kind of didn't feel like their way was integrated into how it was not scalable, right? Because it was catered to one person's processes. So at the end of the day, when you think about CRMs, when you're thinking about, that's why oftentimes if you're talking to C-level execs.
C-level? So they're at C-level, they're not above C-level.
C-suite.
At the height of a mountain. Sorry.
C-suite. You're often missing on how the resources are managing their day-to-day within any platform. And you really need to, like, the stakeholders should include people or the subject matter experts for any given department or any given process, and that becomes relevant in implementation and adoptable post-implementation.
So how would you design for that then?
Make sure that if you are considering implementing a new tech stack, that you bring all department leads in, speak to their processes, and design the platform and implementation in a more inclusive way.
Buy-in.
Yeah, it's definitely a buy-in.
Or else they'll just fight you every step of the way.
So true. Right? Like it's soft battles that become systematic battles, right? And if you use an implementation partner such as us, that has gone through the process, we know how to include all departments, all stakeholders, key persons, subject matter experts, to make the platform not only scalable but more adoptable once you implemented it.
Cool. I'm going to use a buzzword.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
AI. Oh my goodness. AI. My pen is AI. So AI is, of course, all the rage.
Yeah.
And with CRMs and
right.
all the different CRMs, not just Salesforce, Redtail, all that.
Yeah.
Isn't AI just about making fancy dashboards?
No, it could be so much more, right? Like, I think...
Do tell.
I think when we talk about artificial intelligence, we have done so many podcasts on making it co-intelligence, right? Like partner with AI, not compete with AI, which is if you have a way to leverage, like sometimes I'm writing an email to either a prospect or a client and I'm like, ooh, let me just make it better, like draft it. Here are the keywords. Here's how, you can outline or draft in a more professional way. I think it's really beneficial in that realm. It also has access to and the processing power to, we're living in the age of information, right? And the age of information is filled with all sorts of data on everything. So if you're able to ask artificial intelligence that has high processing power, much more than most humans, right? It can search the entire web and throw back most things. So why not 5 seconds, right? Like, why not harness that power to make yourself or your goals better?
So what do you think the key is to making like a CRM work in AI work in your CRM? So
I would love to take your perspective on this as well.
Don't take my perspective. It's long.
Well, so we have at Elite, we have Salesforce, we have Agentforce in it. And also I know that you created an AI for Elite internally. Why don't you add a little bit of your insight on that?
I did. It was when I first heard that the AI platform was available for like regular users. That was more than a year ago.
Yeah.
Time is nebulous in my head. But the first iteration was you had to download it and it would only run on your own. It would run on premise, basically, meaning not in the cloud. Right. So I tried for off and on about 6 months to get this thing.
I mean, it's effort.
It's effort.
Yeah.
Just to get it to reliably give me answers, feeding it tons of information, documents, PDFs, this, that, and the other thing. Right. I had a folder of about close to a gig of information that this thing would run through. Yeah. And it got to the point of about 70% accuracy. Wow. And that kind of sucks, really. It's 70% is not, not great. Yeah. I'm looking for like 95, 99. Right. So, and that was the early days of AI. So when I found out that ChatGPT, I think it was 3 or 4 at the time, was available and they were letting you create your own GPTs. Yeah. I just went that route. Yeah. And online, since that's now connected to the internet,
Yeah.
it's a lot more, the processing and the reliability went from 50% to 75, 80%.
Wow.
And now with 5, it's
90%. It's high up there.
It's getting scary.
Really?
Yeah,
Superhuman abilities?
Yeah, it is. And it's just faster, and it's in the cloud, so you don't have to house a machine and worry about it going down and back it up. So I created that and fed it with all the information I fed it with on the on-prem.
Yeah.
And it now provides, I mean, there's a lot of people using it, but I'm told I don't use it.
Yeah.
I know everything.
You're the Google.
Right. Yeah. So I'm told that the people that use it think it's great.
Yeah.
And that is in the grand scheme of things, that helps us make decisions. That helps us make faster decisions.
Right.
Not take the place of us.
Exactly.
But augment or add to the existing value that we give to our clients. So
Jim, I have a very important question for you.
Excellent. I'll have a very dumb answer.
Do we have a name for this?
Yes. It is called the Elite Genie.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
We have a genie and a Jedi.
It is a genie in a bottle that has been unleashed on the elite community. So,
I mean, this is really insightful that Elite has its own genie, and we can harness its ability to not only gather a ton of information, but also, give it to, we're actually empowering all the people, all the users of this Genie to be better, smarter, faster.
Just like the $6 million man, stronger, faster, better.
Yeah.
And it's helping them to be more productive.
Right.
In a faster time.
Yeah.
Which lets them do more for other people or pay more attention to.
Or make more calls, get more leads.
Exactly.
Oh, so that's there you go. That's a use case, right? I mean, if we were to layer something like that on top of the CRM, we had a podcast last week, and I kind of believed in it. I was leading up to it, but it just like the moment epiphany, like something registers, and I'm like, oh my God, at the end of the day, CRM is not really a CRM. It's a data warehouse. That's what it really is. Like, we just need to stop thinking of it. It's a data warehouse. We're just collecting a ton of data, hopefully integrating it with all your tech stack. And now you have all the information pertaining to all your clients, your prospect, your entire pipeline. And now you can layer it up with artificial intelligence and really scale your business.
So are you saying, Sue, that a CRM like Salesforce is like an Amazon warehouse?
Essentially.
All the data is stored on shelves in specific places, and AI or the processing can help you to, when an order comes in, grab that information quickly, accurately, and fulfill that order that the user placed.
I love that analogy. That's exactly what it is.
I don't know where that came from. I think I was just ordered on Amazon.
If we are the Jedi Council, you're the Yoda.
Amazon, I am. That was great. I'm glad you had your epiphany.
I did. I mean, I think if we understate the abilities of a CRM, and last podcast we did last week, I think, essentially, when you think about book of business for advisors and whether they're in the growth phase or in the valuation phase, meaning they're, having a succession plan discussed, like the book of business is essentially all their data. And if they systematize it, it becomes that much more valuable. So like, why not? If you add 1x the value, you can get 10x on the back end. This is a trend, not, literal value, but most likely that's what a lot of PE firms are looking for. You can't be the one holding all the information. You can't be the key person risk into, selling off your business at the end of the day.
That's it.
Yeah.
So if we're talking about integration and integration first kind of architecture, why would I want to prioritize integration into my CRM design? What does that really even mean?
Yeah, that's my passion. I'm going to talk about this for the next rest of the podcast.
So
we'll be here for.
Come
So I think, we were just talking about data warehousing, right?
Mhm.
I at the end of the day, if you integrate your entire tech stack, you can have a single source of truth. The other benefit of consolidating and connecting all your tech stack is essentially being able to not only scale your processes, but also remove redundancy and inefficiencies. So Jim is a client associate, as an example. He is inputting the same information not only into CRM, but also in the custodian. And he or she is also inputting, he's also inputting that in financial planning, right? But if you were to connect all these and pull in all the information and push it where relevant, right? And that's why data flows are really important. Mm-hmm. If you have KYC information that you could push to other platforms, then Jim doesn't have to go through inputting the same information 5 different times. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have a room for error, right? You could press 1 instead of a 0, and voila, you have a NIGO, and then the transfer of the funds doesn't happen for you as you're onboarding a new client. Then you have to resolve that. Then it delays your billing cycle at the end of the day. If you talk about a bottom line, it delays your billing cycle.
That's important.
Right? So onboarding, as an example, like if you were to integrate your CRM with your custodian and pull in your prospect or all the KYC contact information into your custodian, the process is reduced from, let's say it takes an hour, 45 minutes to fill in all the application to 15 minutes at max, right? But you're able to invest in that to be able to leverage that on the other end.
Yeah, kind of like having 30 different software platforms. You have now 30 different failing points that could fail at any time.
Exactly.
So if I am a data entry clerk,
right,
I don't have to put in John Smith and social security number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
And then, oops, John Smith, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9,
Exactly.
Whoops.
Yeah,
Sorry.
fat fingering it.
Yeah.
And you, Jim, just went through an exercise of looking at all the tech stack for Elite, right? Like consolidation, improving efficiency.
Don't remind me.
You want to speak to that? I mean, no, it's important.
It is, yeah. I think we talked about that last time too.
Yeah.
Doing an audit really of what everything you have.
Yeah.
Who's using it? How many licenses you have? It's
right.
Boring, and it's boring and not exciting. Really the same thing.
But important.
They are both, but it is also very important.
Yeah.
Because what you find is inevitably you have 2 people who are not in the same department, who are using the same software.
Yeah.
And you're paying twice when you could put those 2 together.
Yeah.
And get a break on the price,
Yeah.
Instead of paying 2 single user licenses, I can get a break on the price if I get more licenses.
Yeah.
And end up paying less.
Yeah.
Than the 2 single licenses.
Yeah.
And you find that over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And then you find out you're paying for stuff that nobody's using.
Yeah, because then what happens is no one's auditing, to your point, right? Like after certain years, like you'll buy something and 2 years later, you're just paying for it, becomes like tech debt, right? And you're like, oh my God, I'm spending $1 million for my technology. Where is it all going? Meanwhile, maybe 30% of that could be something that people don't even use, and you could reinvest, reevaluate, and put it into something more valuable.
Yeah. And one other point is you can see if you put everything together and then arrange it from most expensive to least.
Yeah.
What's the big points that you're spending money on? And do you really need to spend that money? You can now say, oh, well, XYZ is $65,000 a year for,
Right.
30 people. Wow.
Right.
Does XYZ application have competition?
Yeah, exactly.
Am I, have been using XYZ for the past 10 years. Well, in 10 years, there's a lot of competition that could happen.
Yeah.
That's how capitalism works.
Right.
So maybe there's something better
Yeah.
that's cheaper out there. And I know now that this is what we're spending on this software title. Let's go look for something that can save us some money and do the same thing.
I think like as financial advisors think about compounding effect, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think technology works in a similar way where every year the automations get better, the technology gets better.
Yes.
And I think if you're looking at platforms from 5 years ago, I think there is most likely platforms out there that are cheaper and can provide more value at a better price. Mm-hmm. So you're just getting better return on your investment. So would you say that people should reevaluate their tech stack every year?
Yes. At least every 2.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 year. I would do it every year.
Yeah.
But I can see how maybe that's not something that you might, to be realistic, will it happen every year for everybody? No.
Right.
But you should really think about it every 2 years.
Yeah.
3 years at most.
Yeah.
Because a lot happens in those 2 years.
Yeah. I was at Future Proof, and when you talk about platforms that, like some of the platforms, and I am pretty much into technology, some of the SaaS platforms that are integrating AI, mm-hmm. whether it's tax analysis, whether it's financial planning analysis, like there are so many platforms that didn't exist like 6 months ago, and now they are like front and center of the herd. And you're like, if you're not keeping up with it, you're losing behind, right? Yeah. And by the way, they're cheaper, they're better in some ways, they integrate, like there's so much out there. There's so much out there that could help a company grow.
Let me give you an example of one that surprised me.
Yeah.
And I won't use the name because we're not sponsoring them or anything, but it starts with an R, ends with a T. You find it. It's a software program that I came across because I was looking for, I needed something to help me with my inventory here. Right. And I had a lot of there's a lot of inventory programs that you can buy. Tons of them. I found that most of them are too complicated. Yeah. I don't care what, I don't need to know all this other information. I want to know what it is. Yeah. How many do I have? Yeah. Where is it? Yeah. Give me a report on so I can give it to my uppers. Yeah. That, here's what we have. Yeah. And when I'm running low on something, let me know. Yeah. I forget. Yeah. Everything basically. So I couldn't find something that simple. Right. So I was looking and I found a program called RT. Yeah. And what it is I'm not a programmer. Right? Yeah. I didn't grow up in that programming mode. Yeah. I know C+, that's about it. So I can't make my own. Right. But with this program, which is like dirt cheap, really? Yeah. I was able to tell it, I want a program for keeping track of inventory. And this is me typing these words into a box. Mm-hmm. I want a program that keeps track of inventory. Mm-hmm. I want to know what it is, how many I have, where they are. Yeah. And I want a email sent to me when it gets below a certain level. Right. In 10 minutes, I had the framework for it. Does it through AI. Yeah. It programs, it codes, and it gives you a dashboard, right? That's amazing. And it was done in 10 minutes. That's insane. And then you could say, oh, wow, that's good. Give me a spot for a company logo. Right. Oh, where? Upper left. That's insane. Cool. Now give me, I want to be able to click it and bring up a picture of the item. Okay. And it gives you a place to add pictures. So now I have this kick-ass inventory thing, right? And it was done in I like to play around back and forth.
Yeah.
But by the end of one day, I had something that I was looking for. It was cheap. It was fast.
Yeah.
I can't program, but it programmed for me. This is the kind of stuff that was not available a year ago.
Exactly.
And now there's more than one of them.
I am telling you, there is a compounding effect that people take for granted. Like if you, like I started with Read AI as an example, right? And then I was like, oh my God, there's so many apps with transcript now.
Yeah. It went from like 2 or 3 to, oh my God, pages.
Yeah, I know. Everybody has a transcript that you could analyze. And so now it becomes like, okay, well, what is the added features that they're offering?
What's the difference between them? Because they all do the same thing.
They all do the same thing. A couple of months ago, it was project management tools, right? Monday came on, ClickUp came on. Okay.
That beat a dead horse on that one. So let's switch a little bit to like data integrity / data governance.
Yeah.
Governance, oversight, accountability.
Yeah.
That would involve, say, like keeping your data clean.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Could you give us a little bit on what clean data is? And it doesn't involve a bar of soap, as I understand.
No one's cleaning it up.
Okay, good. Yeah, I got that. I had that wrong in my head so long. So can you give us a little bit about what maybe clean data is?
Yeah.
And why is that critical, really?
Oh my God. I mean, I often talk about, like when I'm having these prospect client calls, I'm like, think of it as a pyramid, right? The foundation of the pyramid is your data. If there is no good base, anything that you layer it up with, it comes crumbling down. It's irrelevant. So if your foundation is not strong, that's essentially your data. If it's inaccurate, out of date, irrelevant, then you could build artificial intelligence. You could build a superhuman power on top of it. It's not going to matter.
Garbage in, garbage out.
Exactly, to sum it up. So how do you keep your data hygiene? Some of the things that you outlined, right? Like have someone be accountable for data. A lot of times, when you have like a CRM that could store a lot of information, could be personalized, could be customated, automated, right?
Although I like the word customated. I'm going to use that.
I combine the two words.
It's customated.
So what happens in that case is like people want all the bells and whistles. Like you'll have 100 fields on your page layout and no one's inputting any information on it, right? But if you do say, hey, Sue, you're accountable for this information to be accurate, do a quarterly QA, make sure, audit it, have an outlier report, make sure this information is completed before we have to file an, ADV report at the end of the year, right? So it's not like, oh my God, it's all hands on deck. We need to make sure everything is on, because that's disruptive to your business processes. So to have good data hygiene, have outlier reports, have an auditing process, make people accountable for the information that they should be accountable for, that's important to them, that is part of their KPIs. And then make sure that it's visible to them, right? In summary, in an aggregated way. So it's not out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. And honestly, it makes it so that the platform becomes more adoptable within the firm.
Yeah. And if you're basing your sales numbers or something on this data that who knows if it's right or not.
Right.
You might have a picture of your business that is so inaccurate.
Yep.
That, you're thinking about buying out one day and the next day you're like,
oh shoot.
Damn, I got to sell my house.
I mean, listen, we talk about actionable insights. You can't have actionable insights if your data isn't have any insights to give.
Oh,
right.
That sounds good. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, if your plan for succession is 5 to 10 years out and you don't have good, clean data, guess what your book of business is at the end of the day, what's the evaluation look like? You're handing it over to someone who is going to doesn't know the business, would have to then clean the data. Mm-hmm. So that in itself should be an incentive to like invest in clean hygiene processes.
I always try to equate it to something else. So like if I'm selling my 1979 Pontiac Trans Am, it's my favorite car. And to me, I think it's great. It's beautiful.
Right.
Somebody else comes to buy it, right? Young kid comes in, hey, you know what? That's a nice car. And they start looking at it.
Yeah.
And they see that the seats are ripped, the shifter's broken.
Right.
You know, it's dirty inside. Right. You pop the hood.
Right.
What's under the hood? The engine's, you know, half missing, you know. There was a distributor here
that
somewhere.
That car's not selling.
Yes. Does it run?
Yeah.
No, but it looks good.
Right.
And so you might have one picture in your head of what you actually have.
Right.
But to everybody else, I think in real estate, they call it the golden doorknob syndrome.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks that their house is going to sell for millions, but
if you don't take care of it.
Not so much.
Location.
Yeah. And it's really important for like a third party to come in and evaluate that.
Yeah.
Who's neutral.
Yeah.
Like Jedi. And say, you know, you might think this, but here's what you have.
Right. I mean, also like you may have expertise in one realm. Sometimes it doesn't translate in others. Like I am by no means you should not take my financial advice. Right? So that's just not my area of expertise.
I'm right there with you.
It's just not my area of expertise, right? So bring someone who's done something, has experience in it for, you know, decades or so, and see if let me take a look at your platform and data and say whether you have hygiene, whether, you know, there are some ways to improve and how we can help.
You wouldn't use a hammer to screw in a screw.
Exactly.
Use the right tool for the right job.
Analogies here.
I have to make it simple. Not all up here. So if you're talking about governance and stuff, what do you think accountability looks like? Like, how would you enforce this governance?
I think let's talk about if you have departments within a firm, right? Like hey, Jim, make sure that our tech vendors are accurate, up to date. Let's make sure our asset management for all the assets that we have in the firm are up to date and accurate, right? And then you you build up a dashboard on top of it, right? And you show it to Frank as an example. Mm-hmm. And so that's where I think it's make your resources accountable for all the systems, or at least the data in the systems. This way, and make it relevant, right? So when I was at the RIA, one of the things, as I mentioned the story, like nobody was using it. One of the things I told a managing partner to do is like, if you're during your Monday morning meetings, pull up the screen, pull up the dashboard every single time. And if someone says, oh, by the way, I didn't enter it, well, then doesn't exist. Does not exist. Well, he did it 5 times. Guess what? Everyone was using it in 5 weeks. Right?
You got to get buy-in. You got to have some kind of consequences for not
exactly
using it. So
yeah.
So you're talking about corporal punishment. Only kidding. So adoption you're talking about. So getting adoption into the AI game. Yeah. Right. You might have a lot of people who are not buying in on the whole AI.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
I don't blame them.
A lot of resistance. I don't either.
Yeah.
To an extent.
Yeah. To an extent.
It's a tool just like anything else.
Yeah.
What do you think? How would you get users to trust using AI?
To be honest, Jim, I'd say be skeptical.
Honest. Completely lie, please.
Be skeptical, right? Be skeptical of it, because if and we've had a couple, partner with it. Don't compete with it. Don't trust it completely. There are a lot of fictions on the internet, and it's combining that with, it's processing at a really high pace, right? All the information that we have on the World Wide Web. So I would say be skeptical, but partner with it. That would be my summary.
Yeah, that's and no, it's not coming. No, KNOW. That it's not coming to take a job.
Not just yet.
Not just yet. Mine might be gone.
Well, no, I think it'll create more jobs. Like if you think about historically, right? Every improvement we've had, there has been a risk of a shift. And that risk or the change management is, I get it. It creates fear, but at the end of the day, I think it also, there's a shift that happens and it elevates us and it creates something different. So I think that creation of something different, I'm not clear on just yet. But
well, you never know until it's here.
You don't know until it's here. Yeah.
So you're saying that we get this new technology.
Yeah.
We employ this new technology, and that opens up new avenues.
State of abundance.
It
could be. Hey, I'm an optimist.
I am too. Well, that's interesting. So how would you balance then the automation through AI with the human touch?
I mean, to be honest with you, at the end of the day, where I see AI really being powerful, honestly, in the next couple of years is it programming with the right prompts.
Yes.
Right. Actually creating an agent that could build. I think we'll still need expertise for not only the prompts, but also the QA and the deployment. But I think in the next 2 or 3 years, will have agents that could write and deploy code in a capacity that we haven't seen ever before, right?
Yeah.
Because ultimately, like if you break down our cognition, like when I think about if someone comes to me with a certain requirements, in my head, I'm breaking it down on how to build it based on what platform someone's using. And AI would do the same.
Yeah.
With some trial and error, we'll get there. But yeah.
It's not quite there yet.
It's not quite there yet at all.
No, it's not quite there yet.
Yeah.
It's close.
It's getting there.
It's the best it's ever been.
Yeah.
But that's not there yet. But
I mean, listen, I test AI with, simple questions on building simple things within CRMs, and oftentimes it takes a lot of prompts to get a successful outcome.
Yeah. Prompt engineering is actually a thing you can go through because you have to put in the right information to get the right information back. Correct.
And I think it also it learns about what you're trying to get at over time. That was actually one of the takeaways from Future Proof. Like I think one session they were like, if you do want to use artificial intelligence, like create a profile because it'll remember what you're asking.
That's
and
creepy. It's creepy. The elite Genie.
Yes.
It knows who I am.
Yes.
So if I say, hey, can you make this email more concise?
Let's Jim.
Sure, Jim.
Yeah.
I'll do that for you. Do you want it before?
Whoa. Stop talking to me.
You're after my job. No, it's interesting to see it develop.
But I think at that point, when it knows your personality and knows to speak like Jim, then you could it could really personalize some of the messaging that you're sending, right? So yeah, I think be skeptical but integrate.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good advice. So for future proofing what you have.
Yeah.
Right? I want to do this and I want to make sure that I'm okay in the years to come.
Yeah.
What do you think is like a practical way or a roadmap to accomplish that?
I'd say integrate AI in some capacity. Make sure that you have data hygiene, naming conventions, accurate information, integrate your platform.
Because unhygienic data stinks.
I like that. It literally does. Yeah. So then the way I think about the process for an efficient tech stack is first, clean what you have, collect more through integration, so custodian, everything else that you may have within your tech stack, then automate, because then you have this holistic, you have data warehouse because you're collecting all this information. Then you can add a layer of automation on top of it because it'll touch all the points that you have already. And then you can do analytics. I mean, it could be so powerful if you do this right.
Could be. It could be a game changer for some places.
It could really help your firm grow. It could really give you insights or reinforce insights. It could help you do more with less. So yeah, I mean, I think there are a lot of things that could. I mean, to me, sometimes it feels like a no-brainer. Like, why wouldn't someone invest in it?
Exactly. And all of this is a email away.
Yeah.
From any of you.
Yeah.
With Sue, tell them how they can gain all of this benefit.
Insights, all those benefits. Yeah, reach me at Sue Cheema at eliteconsultingpartners.com. Excellent.
It's an email. So send it to her. Do it. You won't, you'll be glad you did. So Sue, thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
I had a great time again.
This was really good.
Absolutely. So thanks for watching this to the end. And we'll see you next time on Advisor Talk. Thank you. Take care, guys.
Thanks for listening to Advisor Talk with Frank LaRosa. If you're looking for more advice or solutions on any topics relating to the financial services industry, or just want to subscribe to our podcast, head on over to eliteconsultingpartners.com/podcast.